Right, we are now on step 12, and step 12 we need to make some steering linkages and the steering arms, and for that we need some more parts, namely these KK parts. So you've got a KK4, a KK3, which is this guy, and a KK5, which is this guy. We need also the little they call them covers, dust covers. We need some of those to go here and here, and we need some parts from our bag C, namely these parts over here. So here at the top we've got the BC2s, the 3x8 screws. They've got like a little flat head on them. We need a BC4, which is think of it like a grub screw, but a long grub screw, which is this guy here, which is 3x10mm. We need the BB8s, which are the 5mm ball connectors. We need 2 of those. We also need a ball connector nut short, which is 5mm, so basically it hasn't got the threaded bar on the end. We need some of these bearings, the 850 bearings, 4 of those. The 730 bearings, we need 2 of those. We need the 3x42 turnbuckle rods, these 2 here, we need those. And we need 4 of the ball end adjusters there as well. So we need to make these guys here. I'll show you how it's done. So let's start with making the turnbuckles first, shall we? We've got turnbuckles here. We need to make the screw these in. I don't know if they're threaded already. Nah, they're not. Didn't think they would be. So we've got to get these right, and we've got to turn these on. All right, okay. It's actually a left-handed thread, so there we are. So get the thread turning. So in the kit you get the wrench, and we need the 4mm wrench. So we pop the 4mm wrench on here. That should cover that for me. And then it's a case of screwing this in so that it is enough to be inside. So it's a case of being patient and screwing this all the way down and holding the wrench in place. So it's a little bit fiddly actually, if I'm being honest, but I want to use the wrench because it'll save knurling up the shaft. So I'm going to pop my finger over there and see if I can hold the wrench. There you go, a little bit. So found a better way of doing this. I've got one of these tools, which are the ball end tool. It's a Yeah Racing one. You can use this to lever off the ball ends, but also you could use it to hold the ball ends because you've got this flat surface, which you can pop it in and like that. And once you pop it in, you can sort of get it to hold, and it holds this while you turn this in with the spanner. So again, be patient and you'll wind it in bit by bit. So I'm not going to bore you with a whole God knows how many minutes of winding these in. This is how you do it. This is the easiest way I've seen of doing this, and I'm going to now get these to the point where I've got both ball ends on, and then I'll measure them so that they're the right gaps. All right, so back in a moment. Right, so I've made these up. So you've got one with this cup upwards and one facing in, and another one with this cup upwards like that, and this one facing the other way. So you've got the reverse of each one, and yeah, just kind of get this gap to 24.5mm as much as near as I can. So I don't know if you can pick that out. It's 24.39ish. It's going to be somewhere near, and the same again on this one. It's 24.30, somewhere there. So they're kind of the same, really, as near as you're going to get them. Yeah, 24.29. So I'm 0.01 of a mil. So I'm about as near as I'm going to be with those for being at 24.5 millimeters. We'll see how it goes. If we need to do some more adjustments, we can. But that's the tie rods, they're now done. So we only need to move on and do the rest of the step. So now that we've done our adjustable rods, we need to concentrate on the next stage. So the next stage of the book, we need to concentrate on this section here with these KK3, KK4 and KK5 parts. So we've got some bearings to put in, some ball ends to put in, and this ball end here with this special grub screw, which is a BC4 3 by 10 millimeter, and dust cover. So let's try that. Let's see what we can do. So as you can see here, got my components, and it's quite simple here. Let's take out one of our drivers, hex drivers, and let's take this special grub screw. Let's see if I can get this on the camera. So you've got a grub screw here, and you literally pop that in, as you can see. All right, so we're going to take this one, which is our KK3, and we make sure it's orientated correctly. So you've got this lip, all right, and then we're going to screw this into this section here. So this is quite straightforward. So just kind of looking to make sure it's straight, and then wind that through. And I'm going to wind this through to a point where you can probably see I'm putting my finger on the other end and just feeling for the actual screw to come through. I don't want it all the way through. I just want to feel it come to the. Actually, it stops before that. So Tamiya thought of that. There we go. So that's good. That's very good indeed. There we go. And you can just see it's there. That I don't know if you can pick that out on the camera. It's just come through there, and I can just feel that with my nail. So I'm just going to back it off a touch, so you can't feel it with your nail. There we are. Right. So that's that bit done. Let's pop in the this one is the BC6. So this is the ball connector nut, but they call it a ball connector nut short. So let's pop that on there now, and that's quite straightforward. There you go. And then we can just give that a little nip up. There we are. So that's now done. Let's pop in on this one our bearings. So we take these are our 840 bearings. Let's pop those in. They literally go one on that side and one on the other side. That's there and there. All right. And then we can do the dust cover, which is this little styrene, like a foam type material. Just gently stretch it over. There we go. Okay, so that's technically our KK3 part. All right, it's quite easy. Same again with our KK5 part. So this one's a little bit more easier. This one we take our 840 bearings and we literally just pop in those in like that. So you have your bearings in. So that's quite simple. That's an easy step again. So that's that one. And now we need our KK4 part, which is this guy here, making sure the orientation is correct. So we need to make sure that if you look at the drawing, we need to make sure we've got this in front. So we've got some more ball ends to go in, but up the other way around, like that. Okay, there's a little area here that the camera picks it up. So we need to screw in our ball ends into here. So let's do that first. So take your ball ends and you take your wrench here. You can use the little wrench that comes with it, or if you've got these Tamiya tools, make life a bit easier. So there we go. That's one of the ball ends going on. Nice and straightforward. And again, just till it stops. So we take the other ball end and do the same thing. So yeah, there you go. And again, wind that through.
That's nice and easy.
And again, nip and a quarter turn, done. There you are. So on here, we need to put these little dust covers, as they call them. So again, gently stretch them over, like so. There we are. There we are, something along those lines. And then what we need to do is underneath we put these are the smaller of the bearings, so these are the 730 bearings. So you pop those in there like that. Okay, and then what we actually need to do is with these two screws, we need to then capture these parts that go onto here. So you'll see on this KK5 part, you see this little shroud that goes on the other side where the bearing is. So we need to then pop this screw through there like that, and then we take our smaller of the screwdriver. So this is a Tamiya screwdriver small, and we wind that onto there like that, and then we wind that till it's tight. So tight and a quarter turn. You don't. I think the idea here is you see that's a bit sloppy. So I think the idea here is we want to wind this so it's no slop. Just a little bit, still freely moves. There we go. So it's just the bearing movement there now. And we do the same again with this other side. So this is your KK3 now going on to the KK4. And again, pop that in there and screw that into place. There we are. Keep winding that in.
It stops. And then
There we go. So you've got your, so it's nice and freely moving. And making sure there's no slop. There we go. Nice. And then what happens is on here, you pop on one of these with this knuckle here. You pop that onto that side. You see these go on by hand, he says. Yeah, so go. Oh yeah, they do. And on this one, the knuckle is outwards. Okay, so get that right. Okay, like so. So there you have. Step 12 is now completed. Okay.